Here's one of the reasons why feminists who support Hillary Clinton are hypocrites. So Sarah Silverman, a comedian whose career has essentially been plummeting since the cancellation of the Sarah Silverman program, which, honest to God, is one of my favorite comedy TV shows of all time, recently released a video discussing how Bernie Sanders needs to be supported. Now, I was planning on doing a video response to this entire video, but it kind of conflicted with another video regarding the same topic that I also have in the bucket. So I figured I would just focus in on a particular but important detail that she had mentioned in this video.
Hillary had always been my choice. I'm a feminist. Democratic woman president? Yes, please.
Seriously? That's your only criteria for a presidential candidate because she is a woman and you happen to be a feminist? And this isn't just her speaking. There are tens of thousands of women claiming to be feminists who have the same belief that because she is a woman, that she needs to be president, that it's somehow time, it's the current year or whatever. You won't hear the same remarks when asked about John McCain when he ran against President Obama with Sarah Palin as his vice president. Where were these so-called feminists then? Why weren't they saying things like, oh, it's time for a female vice president? You know what? Fuck this feminist facade. To you, Sarah, women are only worth supporting if they are shouting down the same neo-progressive, economically illiterate, white male-hating echo chamber that you are. Oh yeah, Hillary Clinton, a woman who stayed married to a man who is an alleged rapist and cheated on her with a woman over 2 decades his junior for no reason other than it would better her chances at feeding her goddamned insatiable power lust.
He'll continue to refuse to answer questions about whether he's a rapist. He still hasn't said a word about that. Doesn't that give you a shock? He won't answer the question. People think it's his word against hers. He hasn't said anything yet.
He said his lawyer has responded for him.
A lawyer who he didn't know at that year, as far as I know, has never been in.
Well, but this is the lawyer that speaks to him now. Come on,
you'd want to do better than that if you've been accused of rape, I think. If I said to you, a plausible, respectable woman with no motive of malice has laid a charge of sexual assault against you, what do you say? Would you be content to say, well, I know a lawyer who will say that it's not true? I think you'd want to do... Male self-respect would make you want to do a little better than that.
Of course it would. No,
well, you notice, by the way, it doesn't matter because no one is asking Clinton these questions. So he doesn't have to keep refusing to answer.
And the same argument...
I can't believe the laziness of the press.
Yeah, same argument.
Now, that definitely sounds like a strong supporter of women's rights. And forget about the fact that she has negotiated and made dealings and accepted donations from Saudi Arabian delegates and officials who openly support the essential chastisement of women and the death of homosexuals.
She celebrated the sales of weapons to Saudi Arabia, which is really against the LGBT community, in her leaked emails.
You asked me a question, I gave you an answer. No, I don't think you're in conflict.
Oh, what's that? Oh, the rape thing. You didn't hear about that? Well, let's just start right here. This is Juanita Broderick. She is one of many women who have accused Bill Clinton of sexual assault. Hers occurred in 1978 when Bill was the Attorney General of Arkansas, and 3 years into his marriage with Hillary. She had only gone public with this claim twice. Once on Dateline in 1999, which essentially had no effect on the way the general public views the Clintons, and only recently via Twitter this January. Her tweet, which had made some circulation, got the attention of NBC, who was eager to interview her despite Broderick being reluctant to be interviewed by them, only to pull out, saying she had, quote, nothing to say. Like there was anything new to say. Especially in her tweet, she was only repeating the same thing she had said in 1978, hoping to be heard and have some form of retribution for what Bill Clinton had done to her. But isn't it funny how NBC backed out on covering a potential rape case, considering their political leanings? Would it be such a coincidence that NBC, a media organization who has made charitable contributions to the Clinton Foundation and hired Clinton's daughter for $600,000 a year to only appear on their network roughly 9 times, may have had a certain someone request that the story be pulled, so not to tarnish a certain presidential candidate's chances of winning the Democratic nomination. Much in the same way, Hillary Clinton allegedly looked Juanita Broaddrick in the eyes while she was still working for Bill Clinton's campaign as the Attorney General, knowing full well what her husband had done to her, and said, "We appreciate your cooperation." Would you still then support a vile and repulsive human being like Hillary Clinton because she's a woman and you happen to be a feminist? Or are you so fucking ignorant of the real issues that you're willing to go with the status quo just to preserve whatever drop of limp-dicked chicken piss of integrity that you have in the public eye as a comedian, for example? Whatever the answer is, you need to seal those essentially non-existent, thin-as-fuck lips because you are a fucking pathetic excuse of space. Anyone, not just women, who claim to support women's rights and empowering their voices, especially in the face of sexual assault and rape, who support Hillary Clinton are goddamned hypocrites. Fuck them.
Hillary Clinton? More like Hillary Clit, son. Bitch got a pussy. I mean, she got a real pussy you could stick loose change inside.
Productions.